My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year. Now I'm dead meat.
Pull a gun on me again and dead meat.
Dead meat! You might actually beat me. You really think so? Hell no! You're dead meat.
Hello, and welcome to What We Play in the Shadows, your horror game safe haven. And who am I? I'm Zoran Gavoyich. I'm one of your hosts.
No way. I'm also coming in. Player number 2, Gina DeVivo.
Hey, Gina. And we are also joined by a man behind a curtain, our producer.
Oh, I'm saying that myself. Hello, I'm Ben Bellevue.
Listen, this is like the second episode, so we are still figuring all of this out.
Yeah.
And by the end, it'll be so streamlined, people won't want to watch it anymore because it'll be too rehearsed.
The magic
Too
will be
smooth.
gone.
The magic will be gone.
Yes.
There is no magic here. There is just us being real silly on this glorious set, which I have dubbed Reapwood Manor.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm glad you finally told people the name because it was really like I kept waiting in episode 1 for you to bring it up, and you kept not.
No. I have to save something for episode 2, and
Sure.
now
Yeah.
for episode 3, I got nothing.
Don't
we got
worry.
nothing.
Don't worry. We'll make more secrets.
But that's enough vamping. We've got to talk about what we're talking about today, which is Exit 8.
The Exit 8.
Well, yeah, okay. The Exit 8 is the name of the game.
Yes.
But we're also going to talk about the movie, too.
Yes.
So everything is Exit 8 today, and I can't believe I didn't know anything about this. It took the movie coming out for me to realize that this was actually a thing, and then I went back and played the game with you.
Yes.
It was very sweet because it's the first thing Gina and I recorded together.
It was
and
so fun.
oh my God, it was so fun. We came up with so many weird bits.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Why don't we just dive right in and talk about The Exit 8, the
Yes.
game. I will give a little backstory on it, which is it was released originally on November 29th, 2023, and it is Kotake Create. It was the little company that published and developed it, and it took about 9 months to just make this whole glorious game.
This is one guy.
I don't know if it was one specific guy. It's a small team.
Yeah.
If it wasn't just one person, then it was multiple, just at least a few.
Sure.
Because he or they were developing another game called Strange Shadow that was taking far too long. So he said, you know what? I want to see if I can publish a game quickly. So they did this in 9 months. They wanted to see if they could make it for Steam, see how that process worked, and also make it so that they could fund the other game as
Right.
well as, living expenses, food,
Right.
and sideshow statues, all those things. And the game is basically, a lot of people describe it as a walking sim.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're
Yeah,
just
that is
walking
the
around.
one thing you said to me right before we started, because I did no research. I wanted to go in
Yeah.
fully blind, which I do recommend.
Yeah, go in as blind as possible. So don't listen to this
No,
episode first.
go play first.
Go play, then listen to this episode because it's really amazing. Because the game drops you in blind.
Yeah.
There's no title screen or anything.
Nope.
It is
Play
just,
now, nothing. You just pop right in.
I feel like it took us at least 20 minutes.
It was an embarrassing amount of time
It's very
to figure out how to play.
Uh-huh.
Now, having played it many times and shown other people and watched them
Mm-hmm.
play it, and how quickly they found the poster to explain how to play the game, and knowing how long it took us to find that.
We were very focused on the walking man and just following him, but then he'd
Yeah.
stop and he'd be
You
on his
said
cell
walking
phone.
simulator, so I was like,
Like,
let's
oh,
just start walking.
Let's just start walking. And then
Wait,
it's
sorry. How long did it take you to find the poster?
We ran through,
we did loops.
We did a
laps
lot of loops,
for at
back
least
and
a little
forth.
while.
followed him. I think we might have already named him by that point.
Yes, we did give him a name. His name was
Gerald Bernard.
Gerald Bernard is the man, the
He's
walking
the baloney man.
Yeah.
But he is also the walking man.
That's right. You called him the baloney man because we spent so much time just walking around with him that we were trying to figure out his backstory, and we're like, well, what does he have in his briefcase?
Baloney.
Baloney. And we're like, okay,
Bologna
well, that's what you have.
sandwiches.
You have baloney in your
And
in
he
your briefcase.
refused to give them to us
He would
or
not.
acknowledge us or forgive us.
No, he didn't like us. So we eventually found the sign,
Yes.
and there's a sign that's posted that says, watch out for anomalies. If you
yeah.
see an anomaly, turn back.
Mhm.
If you don't, keep moving forward, and you have to exit through exit 8. And there's a sign next to it that says exit 0. So that's the current exit that you're on.
Yes.
And so you go around the corner, And then you see this hallway, and there's a man that walks down the hallway. There's posters on one wall. There's doors on the other. There's lights on the ceiling. There's a little sign that says exit 8 this way.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried to figure out what an anomaly was. And so we kept following him and being like, well, is he acting weird because he's not looking at us? Is that the anomaly?
Is it the fact that he's not wearing socks with his shoes, his dress shoes?
Exactly.
That's an anomaly.
This is an anomaly right here.
That feels odd. Let's turn back. We're still at 0. What is happening?
We didn't know. We couldn't get to 1. And then eventually, I think it was like
a dripping
from the
ichor.
vents. We saw that in the main hall and went, oh,
they're supposed to be obvious.
Oh, yeah, there's like a symbiote attacking John McClane up there. Let's get out of here. So we walk back out, and then we see that it says exit 1, and we're like, oh, it's this hallway. So it's all just the one hallway. You have to look for anomalies.
Yeah, an excellent
hallway.
looping liminal space game.
And then we were doing really good for the first, but once we figured that out, I think we made it to like exit 4 or 5.
Yes. And
And
then we
then
started keeping tallies.
We started keeping tallies.
When it got reset, because we were hyper focusing on every possible detail, because you really don't know when you're going to get sort of a very obvious anomaly, like the lights flickering or the walking man being a little bit bigger than
was
the
a weird
last
one. Yeah,
time.
he was just like slightly larger as he was walking towards you. So I had to go like stand in front of him. Like, I think
Check the eye line.
I don't think he's not my height anymore.
Yeah.
And
But some were way more subtle than that. And so you assumed this is a safe level. I feel like we can move forward. But you'd always have this kind of creeping suspicion that you were wrong every time. And a lot of the time, Zoran, we were wrong. We had missed an anomaly and reset in a devastating realization.
It was because we got so close. We got to like 6, and then it was just like reset again. And then at that point, I just started speed running. I'm just like, go. Just it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine.
Started
Nothing
longing
weird.
for your child.
But then we're looking at things that I'm sure aren't even anomalies. We're like, okay, the knob on the door is the lock on the door is above it.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if it switches. Okay, and then there was like a weird kind of a face in the ceiling.
Yes.
But we weren't sure. It looked like a smear. Was. And that one was, I was like justified and like, that's weird. I think that's a thing. Mm-hmm. And then there's just like a man standing at the end of the hallway, like blending into.
Oh, yeah. I love that one. Okay,
so Ben saw that one.
Ben, yeah. Okay, good. So we ran into that one on my second playthrough. And we approached him this time.
Oh,
because
what happened?
So when you get a little bit closer to him, he takes off running towards you and he chases you until you get to the safe zone of the re-loop. So they interact with you if you don't just immediately turn around and run like we were doing.
Oh yeah, we ran away as soon as anything was weird. Like go, get out, get out. Don't
we
even
know it. Just go.
So
we didn't trigger some of the like more moments. And I still didn't get to go up the staircase to find out, which we're going to talk about a little later.
We will talk about that later.
Is an anomaly at one point where there seems to be a very clear exit out, despite knowing you are not at exit 8 yet, and therefore cannot escape. So we just turned around and ran the moment we saw that. But I'm still so curious, and I can't wait to keep playing it because I didn't want to interrupt other people's games and just watch how they were interacting with it without like, just go. Or like, hey, go mess up your whole run by going up to the anomaly. But they did walk up to the man disguised by the subway tiles.
By the subway tiles that was hanging out there. Ben, it seems like it didn't take you that long to.
Yeah, how long was your run?
Figure out like how long was your
run? I didn't time
run?
it exactly. Maybe like 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
That's so nice.
I mean, I was playing it with my girlfriend, so it helped that we had like 2 mines on it. There was definitely one. There was one where one of the doors was missing, and I did not clock it whatsoever. And I was about to leave, and Ava went, "There's a missing door," and that's like the only reason we got. There was also one where we caught an anomaly, like a really obvious one, and we turned and we ran in the darkness, and we came around the corner, and we had never. I guess like we'd been really good at catching anomalies fast.
Yeah.
So we had never had to turn around after the walking man had gone way past us. So we turned around, ran back, hit him who had stopped and went, oh, fuck, an anomaly, turned back around, ran back, and then reset it all to 0.
Nice.
No.
That one sucked.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
oh.
That is kind of what happened to my husband playing. He almost speed ran it in 10 minutes, and I was furious and so proud. But also, like, how did you find the poster immediately? How have you not followed the walking man over and over again to see that he's stopped? But because of that, then also ran into him later and was like, what is this? Why is he stopped? And being like, well, that's what happens when you don't follow the walking man to find out what his whole deal is and try to collect his bologna sandwiches.
You know, if I had just gone after the bologna sandwiches,
Yeah.
I think we would have finished even faster.
Yes, but you still finished
We finished pretty fast.
a lot faster than Zoran and I did.
Oh yeah, no, I think we were closer to like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of that, because we started doing really well and we got cocky, and then it
Mhm.
reset. And we're like, I don't think we're ever gonna leave this place.
No, there's a handful of times that we got really, really close and went there. I don't see an anomaly, and I've checked everything, and we've looked at everything
Yep.
over and over again, and then just like clenched, turned that corner, and then just the guttural disappointment of being reset back
And
to
that
0.
is what's so brilliant about the game is, as you were saying, that I didn't get to experience. We didn't get to experience the running man, which I'm sure is more of a jump scare.
Yeah.
Where it's more of just an unease and the stress of you want to make it out than like a jump scare, typical kind of horror game. When people think horror games, they think more, jump scares and just like, oh God, I'm freaked out by this thing. But it's just this general unease and you really want to make it through.
The tension of turning the corner, not knowing, is there going to be an obvious anomaly or turning the second corner of, am I going to see a 0 when I didn't know if I saw an anomaly?
Yep.
And you just start getting tight and tense, and then you round the corner, and that's kind of, even when you see an obvious anomaly, I gasped a couple times at something that shouldn't have scared me. Yeah. But then suddenly there was something there, and it was like, okay, I need to calm down. It kind of works you up in a really fun way.
Oh, it really does. I'm sad that I've slept on this game for so long that it is such a short, brilliant little experience.
Yeah.
I liken it to the games that you would have in the bar, which was like 2 photos. And it's like, what is different between the 2 photos and everything? You're like, we're going to take that and we're going to turn it into this horrifying little experience where you are just endlessly trapped in this loop of a very clean subway tunnel. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a very, very well maintained subway tunnel.
Well, it's Japan.
Yeah.
It's true.
They keep everything much cleaner than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone been in the LA subway?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Once.
It doesn't look like that.
Once to go to Universal. That was the only time I've ever been in the LA subway.
I'd say the LA Metro is like decently clean just because not a ton
Because
of
no
people
one's
use
there.
Yeah,
it.
it's not
Because
very
no one's-
frequented.
It's like you have to go to very specific things if you are going in the LA.
They're getting better.
Metro.
I got a notification today that was like, it's time to ride the D because the D line has
Ben?
That-
Ben, what kind of
What a fun text message.
I
to
know.
text
get.
message to get at 2 a.m.? Time to ride the D.
Time to ride the D.
not the first time I've gotten that message. Won't be the last.
Hoo-hoo, hey, let's keep this PG.
Why?
Why? We're
No.
talking about horror games.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I'd say this is one that you could play as a kid too. It's a good entry
Yeah,
level
there was
one.
not too
Like,
many
it's not...
scary. I wouldn't rate it particularly horrifying. No gruesome imagery.
Mhm.
Just sort of.
Unless you go near something that you don't realize. Like that's the thing.
Sure.
Like what you guys are saying, where it's like it's so much more a puzzle game with like the lingering knowledge that maybe there's horror.
Yeah.
If you don't solve the puzzle.
Yes.
So I come away from it and I'm like, I don't know what the actual scares of this game are.
like spooky adrenaline.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And very not. I wouldn't say tame, but just kind of tame in a good way.
Yeah.
And that it leaves you
Like,
with
I
that
didn't-
unease of not quite knowing what'll happen if you get closer, if you go up the stairs, if you look at the posters for too long, if you peer in the door that opens just a crack, and just that tension of, are you going to be that person that walks, towards the danger in a horror movie, which, statistically you go, well, that's how you get killed. I'm just going to run.
Well, and I think we played that fairly well in our playthrough. We didn't really investigate, which is another thing that I love about horror games is that you are in control. You don't make the bad choices. Sometimes the games are going to force you into the bad choices, but in that situation, we're like, anomaly, go. I'm not even.
No.
We're
We know the rules.
We know the rules.
You turn back.
Just turn back, go do the thing. We're going to make it out of this thing alive.
Yes.
And so I'm told that there are ways to die. I don't think we actually died.
I bet if I let that subway guy get
That's
near
what I'm
us,
saying. You could probably get killed by that. But I never felt that sense of danger of, something is going to kill us or there's a monster and if we don't do things fast enough or anything like that. So there's
Right.
not that stress. It was just will we ever leave?
Yes.
Will we ever leave this situation? Which is just horrifying in itself that they explore that even more in the movie.
Very much so. Put a lot of
they put a
meaning
lot
onto
more
it.
meaning into this just very simple loop simulator that is so good.
So good.
It's so good.
Yes.
I like it. I like that game
Yes.
so much.
Are you guys big puzzle game fans? Like, do you feel like this is kind of scratching that puzzle game itch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very fun to call out the things to keep ourselves remembering, like counting the posters, clocking, eye colors on the posters, the dates on the posters, how many vents, how many doors. Was there a smoking sign at the other end, or is it weird that there's two? Was there always two? And like having that sort of, we started taking notes. We had verbal cues that we would repeat every time we looped to remind ourselves.
It was like blue dots, brown eyes.
brown
Great.
eyes.
888.
Yeah, 1010.
Moofies.
3,000 yen. Moofies.
Moofies.
It was really a lot of fun. And I've only ever played one other sort of game that this felt like for me, which was PT.
I had the same thought.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't gotten to play
looping
PT yet.
It was so much fun. And that one way more horrific in its imagery and feeling of sort of dread and anguish. More of a haunted house that you're sort of encountering.
I mean, this is a haunted subway.
It's a haunted subway.
Yeah.
But
We don't
a
know
lot
what this
less
place is.
sort of gross fetuses and sinks and stuff.
Oh, man, there's feti and sinks.
Yeah.
I got to play this game.
Yeah. But
Give me-
weirdly, the movie kind of incorporates a little bit more.
That's
of
true. It actually does
that.
incorporate more of that in there. What do you think? Should we move on to movie
Shall
from here?
we?
I'm curious, as someone who only played the game who didn't see the movie with you guys, like, is this maintaining a lot of the same like looping idea and like that limited
yes,
of a
Ben.
space? Are they expanding the space?
Oh,
Are
Ben.
they
Oh, Ben.
Okay,
Yes,
tell me about
and-
it.
Oh, Ben. Oh, yes, and all the way. Let me get a little backstory first on the movie. It premiered in 2025 at Cannes. That was directed by Genki Kawamura, who was mainly a producer before this, and he's only directed one other movie called 100 Flowers. It was distributed by Toho. You know Toho?
I do not.
Oh, that's Godzilla.
Oh.
That's the distribution company. I saw that logo when it started the movie. I'm like, Godzilla.
Nice.
So no kaijus in this one, but basically it's got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Deservedly so. And I think like
Yes.
87 audience score. So pretty good there. And it had the highest 3-day opening in Japan for 2025 because it came out there in 2025.
That
And then
rules.
this year it came out stateside, and it is fantastic. And
It's
I can
a
tell
lot of fun.
other things as well. So
Also, like, I know, like, obviously Toho is very well known for Godzilla. To be clear, Toho also does like the Akira Kurosawa movies and Studio Ghibli movies. Like, it's
yes, I'm sorry.
it's a big
Wow.
studio.
yeah, no, they do tons of things.
seen
I
all these
apologize.
movies.
I just have such nostalgia. Like you see that multicolored logo and
Yeah.
everything, and when I see that, it's just like Godzilla.
No, I'm just being clear that it's like
Yeah.
it's not a studio that's primarily Godzilla
Yeah.
dipping their toe into new things. It is like one of Japan's biggest production houses.
Okay.
You are correct,
Then
sir.
I've seen it 100 times, but it hasn't quite done
Hasn't
that lock
gotten
in
there.
where I'm
Yep,
like, I
locked
know
in.
that.
So the movie starts out first person.
First person. I'm so
Ooh.
thankful.
Mhm.
So happy. We were like, is there going to be an actor? There's not a person. Like, you're just the POV the whole time. Is the only actor cast in the movie going to be the walking man?
Mhm.
What are we going to encounter? I was so grateful it was POV.
Yeah, it starts out as POV. We get a reflection though.
Yes.
It's a man riding a subway train, and we see him in there, and that is Kazunari Ninomiya. I apologize if I am mispronouncing any of these names. And he's just simply called the Lost Man. He doesn't
Yeah.
get a name.
No.
Like he's credited as the Lost Man. And he's on this subway,
Yeah.
and there's a baby crying.
Yes.
He's listening to music, which is, what is it? It's the bolero,
Mm-hmm.
which I would say I learned after the fact. Yeah.
it's delightfully upbeat as you're.
It's great. The title card comes in
Yes.
like with that music to it and everything. The song, the reason they chose that song actually is because it's an unchanging ostinato rhythm that repeats 169 times.
Ooh.
So they chose that specifically
What a
to
fun
have
fact.
the loop feel on there. It's just it's what Gina always, when I say like a fact or anything, just right camera. What a fun fact.
And I mean it. I know I sound like I'm joking, but I do. I love facts.
Just titles come across there. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, so it starts with that, and he hears a baby crying. This
Yes.
woman, her baby's crying on the subway. And then this one guy who's standing next to her just flips out on her and starts
Right.
screaming at her to shut her kid up.
Right.
I wanted to go punch that guy in the face.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, you can't
But
control a baby.
everyone
dude.
ignores it.
Everyone.
Including our protagonist.
Yep, just looked at their phone. He put his earpods back in. He went back to the music, and no one did anything.
No.
This woman was with her crying baby and was just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And there's it stays in that POV, and we get quite a lot of backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot, I say, a lot compared to the game.
Yeah. Because the game doesn't give you any story
No, it
whatsoever.
doesn't. You
It's
don't know
just
why you're
make
there.
it through, and you're out.
Yes. And this one, we get some more information about his life through a phone call with his ex-girlfriend and just what he's about to go through before he gets to the platform that he ultimately loops in.
Yeah, but she calls him and says that she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So he learns that his ex is pregnant. He's potentially going to be a father. She's at the hospital basically deciding whether or not she should get an abortion or not. And so he has to figure that out. And when she's asking, like, what do you want to do? His phone starts cutting out.
Yes.
Because he's just walking this whole time and suddenly he's
And
in.
panicking and having
and
kind of an asthma
Yeah, he does
attack.
have like an asthma like inhaler. He's having panic attacks. And then the phone cuts out as he enters what we all know from the game as the
space.
the tunnel. What do we? I didn't just call it.
Yeah, the liminal tunnel.
Yeah, the liminal tunnel. I like that. So we enter in there, and then the movie transitions brilliantly from first person to seeing him
and
then
following him sort of handheld style, but not like shaky cam, just sort of
like dolly, like
very
beautiful,
kinetic. Yes, beautiful.
There are a lot of one shots in this movie.
Yes,
it's insane how
beautiful.
many like.
Is it kind of like a third-person game camera?
No, it doesn't stay
it
behind him.
follows-
It does.
okay,
It
it
does
looks
different
at him.
shots. It does initially start doing
it kind of goes
the first
back and
person,
forth
and
like
you
a
do the loop a
dance.
couple times, and you're like curious what's going on. And I will say, I did look at a behind-the-scenes video that I saw on their social media that showed the walking man that comes walking down, and then this was all a set that they built. And the set is perfect. It is brilliant. It looks exactly like the game.
Does he have to
and
like
you see
run?
the walking. So the walking man walks out. He goes, and then we see the shot continues and is going around a corner
as we follow the lost
and
man.
the walking man is outside the set on a bicycle biking to get to the
Whoa!
other end so that he can then be ready when it loops back around and
To
he's
continue the
there
shot.
to continue the shot all in one
Man.
shot.
They got to have somebody making sure they pat all that sweat.
So does that mean that the loot, like that they have multiple builds of the same hallway?
Yes, exactly. So it goes through the hallway a couple times so that they can do it at least a couple times in one continuous shot. I don't know how many, but there were at least a couple that it would allow it to go all the way around and in there.
It definitely has cuts and like resetups and new
Yes,
shots.
it's not
but,
all one shot or
but
anything like
when
that.
they stay in it to sort of show that panic and that claustrophobia and that continual looping, it was very well done. It very much felt like playing the game. And seeing the set looking almost identical. Some posters were different. They added a couple of extra bits like lockers.
Yeah,
and
they
a photo
added
booth.
the locker, the photo booth, and then there was a pile of blankets and a cup, which I
Which
thought
we
was a homeless man.
We thought it was a person.
I thought we were like, oh, a person is in there, but no, turns out
just
it
some
was
blankets and coffee
just some
cups.
blankets and coffee cups. And then the very nerdy, very specific detail was that there were like 3.2 tiles between.
Yes!
So one thing that we kept looking at, which I'm sure never changes in the game, is the number of tiles on the floor. So there's
before we get to the yellow
a
divider.
yellow divider of like people going one way are going this way, people going the other way are going this way. So keep left when you're going this way. And I think it was
one of our things
was
that we
either
tried to pay
4. I
attention
think we
to.
were like
we had 4. There was
four.
exactly
There's 4
tiles.
on this side. So we always
it was
looked.
something we repeated a lot.
Check that. And this was like 3.5 or 3.2.
Immediately
And I was like,
leaned over and we were like,
Anomaly?
Anomaly? There's only 3-ish tiles.
3-ish
no,
tiles.
just
Nope, that was just the way it was. It was consistent throughout the movie, so they did a good job.
Yes.
And yeah, we also get title cards.
Right.
Splitting up things into kind of chapters. And this was The Lost Man. It was like as soon as we saw him, this was The Lost Man. And we follow him around. I think the first anomaly that we see in movie is blood, right? There's just blood dripping.
Potentially is the one he notices. I can't remember.
There could have been other ones. So yeah, as soon as
he misses some posters looking at him as he's not figured out yet or read the guide, just like we didn't, before he starts clocking and also vocalizing his own system as he goes through of like 1, 2, 3, 4 posters, you know, and things like that, which was very fun.
Yeah, so it was fun to see him do basically everything that we did, and they get mimic exactly in the game. And the actor was actually a gamer too, and is
cool.
Contributed as a script cooperation on there because he helped shape some things within the script too, of just like trying to keep it close to the game and things like that. But the posters, I think he actually named the posters of like what they were, of like this thing, like I would always say dentist and Escher,
you know, high paying job.
And he would name that. And just like us, it took him a minute to figure out what was going on. And he's like, oh, an anomaly. I'd turn back and then it would suddenly go exit 1. Oh, I'm actually going through this.
Right.
I would say one of the ones that
comment on
was...
the bologna sandwiches, or is that like an Easter egg that you think people have to read into?
I mean, he does follow the walking man just like we did. So we were like, he can smell it.
He can smell the bologna sandwiches.
And he wants it.
And that's where, you know, it should have lifted him up like a cartoon.
It should have.
Person, like following the wafting smell of bologna sandwiches. Mm-hmm. But the one I loved, where they started to clue in the audience to anomalies that he doesn't notice, is the ceiling lights were all twisted. And he's just walking down the hall and he's not paying attention to anything like that.
No.
And if you know the game, you're sitting there just like, oh, God damn it.
Clocking it behind
ignoring,
him.
And it's just like so cool. I'm like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Turn around. And he will not turn around, of course.
And even the subtle one of the exit 8 sign, the 8 is upside down. And you don't notice it until the camera starts zooming into it to show like, nope, there's something wrong. And he's about to go around the corner.
But it looks so normal. It's one of those very tiny anomalies that we probably actually even experienced that in one of ours that we didn't even.
I know all the anomalies now.
Oh, you do
That's
know all
not
the anomalies.
one of them.
That's not one of them. Okay. So it's good. They added new anomalies that weren't in there,
which I really like.
The around the corner where they added the lockers. So they started counting lockers and doing that in the photo booth. And the
just
lockers.
More things to be paranoid about.
Suddenly, the big one with the lockers is we hear a baby crying.
A bunch of babies
inside
crying.
the lockers. Yeah, there's a lot of crying babies in the lockers.
Screaming. There's a lot of crying babies and screaming throughout.
It's really hard to listen to as a dad.
That's where the metaphor starts coming in. In our playthrough, you started missing your son and hoping to go hug.
I was hoping to
see
him again, and I didn't want to be trapped in the liminal
and
tunnel.
Weirdly, we paralleled a lot of the themes that the movie sort of gave it meaning to.
So it continues on for a bit.
Yes.
And then he sees an anomaly of a little boy standing in the middle of the hallway.
Yes. Which
and so he's like,
he assumes
anomaly. And he goes back and he looks and it reset everything because...
Back to 0 because
little boy was not an anomaly.
He's in the loop with him.
Mm-hmm. And Ben, I do apologize that we are going to spoil this entire movie for you.
Is that not what we're here for?
That's right. We didn't do a spoiler warning. But
so how
I assume
generally how long into the movie would you say we are at this point?
20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like the inciting incident.
Minute 6 or 7, he's in the loop.
Okay.
And we've gotten a little bit of
interesting
why him not being able to get out of the loop is even more distressing and anxiety inducing because he has somewhere very important he needs to be and make a decision about.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer he can't get out, the longer he knows he's kind of helpless to be a part of that decision to, reconcile while he's also going through a lot of emotional turmoil.
Yeah.
Which adds a lot of really neat discussion that we had after.
Yes. Well, we'll get to the full discussion on that. But then the movie does another twist. After you see the kid, you're like, oh, there's a twist. And then suddenly it goes, oh, you know what? We're following the walking man now. So suddenly the walking man becomes like animate. Like,
Yes.
he's not just
We see him turn the
thing-
corner, about to go be sort of stagnant, and then his face changes, and we're now at his loop.
he is in a loop as well.
Yes.
And the kid is with him.
who he presumably at some point found out was part of it too, and is now like escorting this kid through and
Mm-hmm.
trying to tag teams looking for anomalies. The kid is nonverbal at this point
Yes.
and very scared.
Mhm.
And so we don't know what's going on there. But
the kid is very good at spotting anomalies, as he will just stare
Yeah.
at things, and you're like, "Keep moving, kid! Come on, get out of here!"
Getting dragged away from
Getting dragged
anomalies
away from
that
anomalies.
we as the audience
We're
see,
like,
but
"No,
the walking
pay
man.
attention to the kid, walking man."
He's too frazzled,
Mm-hmm.
too scared. We have no idea how long that walking man has been looping.
That's true. We have
So-
no idea how long he's been doing that, and he keeps going, and eventually he sees I would say like a schoolgirl, or
Yeah, his looping person.
his looping person that he sees
is a young woman.
the high school girl, as
Yes.
she's called, and it's Kotone Hanasi, and she's great. Like, her
Yes.
performance, she's in there very briefly, but gives a great creepy performance, stopping talking, starting talking, and then starts asking things like,
Are you lost too?
Are you lost too? Is this
Yeah.
hell?
Yes.
Hmm.
Just a lot of creepy things where you're like, well, I assume you're an anomaly.
That's where I'm like,
but-
is this an anomaly? But
But
then also the kid
we've
was...
encountered other people that are loops.
Yeah.
And maybe this is one moment where she's breaking out of her loop
Mhm.
and finding other people who are lost. I don't know. And she gets super, super creepy and has a lot of speeches that I think echo potentially the walking man's life. And
I mean, should we talk about the walking man's life, or should we wait until we kind of sum it up at the...
let's sum it up at the end.
Okay, we'll sum it up at the end. We have theories
gotta
on
wait.
like kind of who these characters are and how they're related to each other. So we'll save that. But she just says all kinds of cryptic things about
Yes.
like, isn't this the same as your life,
Yeah,
looping over and
going
over
to a
again, and
job
your
every
boring
day.
job and everything? And isn't that a kind of hell? Is this hell worse than that hell of your life? And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah. And at that point, the characters and us go, I think this is an anomaly. How about turn back?
I think we should turn around.
How about we just leave?
Let's
How about we
just
just
leave.
go?
But then he does find the stairs.
Yes.
That we found. That
When he already knows he's been reset to zero
Yep.
and like
it is.
it is not there yet.
Hmm.
And he goes for it.
He goes up the stairs. And we do not see what happened to him, because then it flashes
No.
to title card number 3, the boy.
The boy who did not join him up the stairs and was
No,
very...
the kid's like trying to stop him from going up the stairs. He's like, no, it's fine. We'll go up here. I'm like, oh no, that's it. So
No.
that's, oof.
It
Yeah.
sounds like this movie leans a lot more into like making stupid mistakes, like playing the game. I feel like obviously we can make stupid mistakes,
Yes.
but we
Speak
are
for yourself,
less.
Ben.
We are less. So okay, 1 hour 30 minutes. But
oh, he called me
Um,
out. That's true. Very good.
but we're like less aware of that, and it sounds like this has a lot more of like clearly this is an anomaly, and like this,
Yes.
and it's like making this one character be like bullheaded and a little bit obnoxious to just be like, let's
Or
do
desperate
it. Or-
enough.
yeah.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
I
for this?
like it.
Okay.
I liked it for a very cool reason, in that we never interacted with the anomalies. We
Yeah.
noticed them and then ran.
Yeah.
And based on sort of how the movie was presenting why they were looping, sort of and in kind of giving a little bit of possible, you can add meaning to this and why they're stuck there.
Mhm.
So them interacting with the anomalies and not just immediately running from them every time, but sort of like exploring when the door opens
Mhm.
and being like, well, what's inside? And then turning back. I thought that was very cool based on what the movie was positing as the lore of this tunnel, and exploring those anomalies, as it were, before deciding to turn back or getting caught in it and sort of perishing. To explore the idea that, like, yeah, if I had been potentially in a loop for a week and I'm starving and then suddenly there's a staircase, I'm probably going to lose my mind and go
It's
up
true.
the stairs and not remember that I am not safe to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, because at some point you don't want to keep doing this thing over and over again,
Yeah.
especially if it keeps messing you up at the end.
Yeah, and the curiosity, because it isn't so scary,
Mm-hmm.
the anomalies always, it's sometimes just a door, sometimes it's just a staircase, sometimes it's some spooky things on the ceilings.
Because they did establish too that like he is very thirsty.
Yes.
As well. Like he had a little bit of water, and
Having a lot of
eventually he's just like,
anxiety
he's
and
having anxiety, he's having panic
asthma
attacks about
attacks.
things. One point he's like on the ground because he's just like can't get under control, and then he eventually does, but then he's just kind of wandering. And if you're doing this for a year, like who knows how long the Walking Man was in there?
Yeah.
And that he could be
The
starving and
liminal
just
space
like,
could
I
also
gotta go.
be very much keeping them in sort of a weird stasis.
That's
but
true.
like psychologically,
Mhm.
they're hungry because they are and know it.
But you're saying interacting with the anomalies. Another one that interacted with that we obviously knew was an anomaly was his phone rings.
Yes.
And it's a call from the ex. And we're like, oh no, you don't have signal in here, my
Yeah,
friend.
there's no
There's
way.
no way this isn't. And so we actually see the ex. They show her.
Yes, they start doing
and she's
cutaways, and we're like,
talking on her
is she at the
phone in a
hospital? Is
bright
this
white,
real?
hospital room. And just asking like, what's your decision? What should you do? You have to make a decision.
I know you never
What do you
wanted to. You always doubted you could be a father, but
Mhm.
now's kind of the time to.
You need to step up or not. Like,
Yeah.
what should I do? And eventually it's revealed through a brilliant shot that they adjust the focus, and the white background is the tunnel.
And she's just another
And she's
anomaly
just another anomaly talking on there. So it wasn't a real conversation
that
with
he
her at
eventually
all.
loops and encounters, and
Yeah. So-
very cool.
So we're back now to the boy,
Yes.
who I will say is played by Naru Asanuma. And
Cutie pie.
Cutie pie. Little,
Absolute
oh my
cutie
gosh.
pie and a half.
Just makes me, I'm watching this and I'm like, man, I want to make a horror movie with Phoenix. I just want to like a little father-son horror movie, hanging out with my boy. Other people go to the park or other things like that. I want to make a horror movie with my child. Oh,
It's the bowl cut.
I love that little man. All right, so
Incredible, sweet actor. All the actors are really phenomenal. I loved watching them and seeing their panic.
they were
and
all fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah. Kudos to everyone on this film, really firing on all cylinders. Another thing I want to mention was I wrote it down. It's different. It's
What'd you write down?
woo-wah tone. Like whenever they would go.
Oh, yeah, the looping.
They added, because that was not in the game.
No, there
In
was
the-
like a clicking.
There was a clicking sound, which I think was just ambience that you kept. It was like a
Yes.
light clicking in the game that
Or
Gina
sounded
kept
like a
going.
lock.
What does it mean? What is happening with this
Yeah,
clicking?
because it sounded like a door opening every time.
It felt to me like a fluorescent, like flickering light or something
Mm.
like that. But in this, there was any time it went around to that corner again or
Yeah.
something happened, it would like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, it had a
It
sound
had
cue.
a very specific sound cue that would happen each time that was very interesting that I picked up on. But then the lights go out.
Yeah.
And what do we get to see in the dark? Something scurrying.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this you've probably seen. I think this is in the trailers.
Is it?
I think so. I feel like this
Also
image
went
is
into
what
the
I've
movie
seen.
blind right after the game.
I didn't watch the trailer either. Yeah, so I didn't. But we get to see a lot of skinless rats
with human
with
parts
human heart,
growing.
ears, eyes,
mouths, and the mouths cry little baby sounds.
Yep. So it is horrifying.
Yes.
And this is the most, I feel like, scare. Like, oh, get out of here! They're everywhere, and they're gonna attack you, and they're actually gonna eat you. So he's with the boy, and he's like, "We gotta get out of here."
Yes. And I was waiting for them because I remember clocking that when we were still in first person at the beginning of the movie,
Mhm.
he was sort of scrolling on a social media.
Yes.
And a handful of videos are sort of looping and that he's just kind of scrolling past. And a handful of those end up being some of the anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
And which I thought was
Okay,
very
now you're
cool.
poaching on my theory. at the
No,
end, so don't
no,
say-
I'm laying the groundwork.
No, you're laying the groundwork. That's fair. That's fair.
so that everyone watching and listening know that there's some weird stuff
There's some weird
going
stuff.
on.
You're right.
And they definitely didn't just
Feeds
do
into my
random
theory.
things.
No.
They were kind of also adding in these sort of psychological elements that relate to our main character.
Yeah. So then now it's the boy and the lost man are
Yes.
together. He's like, okay, I'm going to save this kid. It's going to be great. And the boy starts seeing things. And the one that you first see is it's the kid's just staring at one of the doors.
Yes.
And Lost Man's like, go, it's fine. I looked at everything. The posters are fine. And he's just pointing and he's like, whatever, I'm not going to look. And he goes, and we're all looking because the doorknob's in the middle of the door.
Which is one of the anomalies
That
in
is
the
one
game.
of the anomalies. Okay. So they do something with the doorknobs. It's not just the locks.
One of the
chipping them
doors
down.
just has it in the center, which is very fun to see.
Gina, as someone who knows all the anomalies from
Yes.
the game, what is, because like you guys were saying, you're counting everything, you're checking all the numbers on the posters. What is the most subtle anomaly you know of in the game?
I would probably say one of the more subtle ones is one of the security cameras at the center has a red glowing sort of following light dot that we never caught.
Oh,
that
seriously?
Yes.
Damn.
So none of the other security cameras on any of the other runs have a red dot to indicate that it's recording, except that one.
Yeah, I did not account that one.
But all of them weirdly are not that subtle, considering how many times we missed them.
Damn.
Like
I know we didn't look
never...
at the sign at one point, and the sign was probably upside down, or there was the one time we did look at it, it said turn back.
Right.
Which also is in the movie.
Yes.
Where it just says turn back, turn back, turn back. We're like, okay, yeah, you got it.
You got it. But most of them, I'm still surprised we didn't notice them. Now having seen all of them and can clock them, we missed quite a lot that were never as tiny as we were thinking, as the numbers on the posters being different, or the dates and times, or how big the door is and how many size tiles. And we were getting really specific. When you really don't know, you get extra paranoid and look at everything.
It sounds like the movie is kind of capturing the same thing, because I had the same thing where I'm looking at all the littlest details, and I feel like, to your point, we miss the obvious thing because we're so focused on the numbers and the little stuff. And if we had just decided to be less fastidious and looked at it broader, we would have caught more.
Yes.
And it kind of sounds like that's what they're capturing with the movie of the doorknob in the center is obvious, but that guy's looking at the numbers on the poster.
Yes, and how many there are, and he has his system that did not include counting the doorknobs, so he's never looking.
He then at one point is looking at, there's the MC Escher's Mobius strip, the red ants, which is, just a symbol of the infinite loop and everything like that. And he's staring at it and he's like, this poster's different. And I'm like, I don't think that poster's different. And then the kid's like, it's not, go. And the kid's pulling him to keep going. He's like, no, this is an anomaly. I'm like, yeah, I've had that exact experience where I'm staring at this thing. I'm like,
it looks different now.
You said one point, the doors are higher than they used to be. I'm like,
I thought there was suddenly the doors were an inch higher. And turns out, no, they'd always been an inch higher.
I thought the hallway was longer once, which I'm not positive I was wrong about, because I did reset on that run and I was like, I don't know if I'm right about that or if I just missed something else.
As far as my knowledge, that's not one of the anomalies.
Yeah. There was also one
She's our anomaly expert now.
There was also one where, I'm mostly just saying this for Gina to go tell me if I'm crazy or not.
No, please, I know them all.
There was one that wasn't an anomaly, and I know it wasn't, but I walked around the corner and the lines of the tiles looked thicker. There was this weird effect as I moved around.
Like the rendering effect.
Yes.
We caught a lot of things that we also thought were anomalies that were just rendering weirdness. In the game, when I thought the walking man had two shadows, and I was like, that's an anomaly. And we were like, wait,
and then I was just like, I played games before. This is a lower budget game, and sometimes that happens. He's floating a little bit above the floor. It's okay.
And sometimes when we would reset, when I played it a second time at home with my husband, the poster explaining the game and what to do and the sort of exit number, those wouldn't be there. So we would just loop into an empty hall and be like, why is the hall longer? And just have to reset, because we played it on, I think Steam, or we played it on, not computer, but so there was just some weird things.
PS5 or something?
Yeah, something like that. And we were just
there is a VR version as well. Which would be very fun.
Has more anomalies.
Oh, it has more anomalies?
An extra anomaly in the VR version.
I would try that. But back to the movie, they're doing their loop, trying to go through. He starts bonding with the kid and being like, what do you want to do when you get out of here? He's like, I want pizza.
I want cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza with extra cheese. And I'm just like, I love this kid. This kid's fantastic.
He's so sweet.
So sweet.
And we learn how he got to the tunnel as he's having a sweet moment with our lost man, our protagonist.
Because there was a woman, he's like, I lost my mom, and then
he said he ran away from his mother on purpose, and in the hopes that she would come look for him and find him. And
Been
then
there.
he ended up here
Mm-hmm.
and is worried that, she's going to be upset. And our protagonist asks about his father, and he says he never met him.
Mm-hmm.
Protagonist says, neither have I. And they have like a nice sweet bonding moment that still kind of encapsulates these sort of themes of decision making and hiding and fatherhood.
Yeah, I mean,
Because even our walking man, sort of before he runs up the stairs, screams, "I was supposed to meet my son today!"
So there's a lot of, this is a big fatherhood simulator in
Yes.
this tunnel. There's a lot of paternal stuff and daddy issues in here. I was saying I would run away as a kid in department stores and hide inside the clothing racks.
Yes.
That was like the coolest place to hide and being
Absolutely.
like, my mom will find me. And then, of course, she's having a heart attack because her
Yes.
child is missing.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, hee 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 hee.
It's so nice. What a lovely low stimulation. It muffles the sound. You're
great.
hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's soft.
But then he gives a spiral seashell from the
Yes.
boy. The boy gives him a
For
little.
good luck.
Which, and the spiral, again, that kind of infinite,
Mm-hmm.
is it Fibonacci sequence or, it's
The
that,
golden ratio.
it just keeps going. That's
the
there.
symbol of life
And then
is
that gets us
spiral.
to, we finally leave, right? Is that when we leave and we see the ocean?
Is that
Or is that
an
after,
anomaly happens, doesn't it?
after the water?
I think the anomaly happens first, which then leads us into this sort of
Okay.
flashback, sideways
So
flash.
there's an
Like it's
anomaly
lost?
of the coolest anomaly. One of them is just there's basically a flood.
A flood.
So in the game, we had a blood flood.
Yes.
There was definitely a blood flood that came, and we ran from that
immediately
as fast as we could. But this was like a full flood, which I think also was seen on his phone.
on his phone. Yeah.
That he saw like floods happening and things like that. And he's like, I'm going to save the kid. And so
yeah,
they're
full of debris and
splashing. They can't, move through this and everything. And he basically just like,
yeah, the kid goes down.
Kid
He
goes
stops
down, he's
running,
down.
waits to save him.
does he have this during the flood then? I'm trying to remember exactly when he saves
the kid, puts him on the concourse sign where the
Yes.
exit 8 sign is, and can't hold on himself. Kid's reaching out, and then he gets swept away in the flood.
But I think the ocean stuff happens in the middle of this, like when he's under the water, because then it's like what causes him to save.
Yes.
Okay, so during this, it seems hopeless. He has this flash to
Yes.
this ocean, which is a
They're drowning.
gorgeous shot of just this overhead,
Beautiful
like far away from
bird's
this
eye.
beach, and just the waves coming in. And he is on the beach and it's his ex, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's with his ex, and the little boy
Is his son.
is his son. So
And
that
he's
little
calling
boy.
him
So we're like,
Daddy and
is this a flash?
sideways,
Forward,
back,
what are we?
What is happening?
What
Is
lost
this boy
rules
real?
are these in this purgatory liminal tunnel?
And the boy runs up to his dad after
As
they
like-
have like this conversation of, you're different now and you
Mhm.
got to be there for your kid. And he has that shell that he
He has
comes
the
up
shell.
and runs and gives him.
Mm-hmm.
And we see the lost man kind of melting his sort of frantic demeanor and
Ugh.
hugging this boy and realizing
I'm sobbing into my vegan berry snacks that I had purchased.
yes.
Oh man! And that motivates him to then save
yes.
the boy, and then he is swept away, and then we're left with the tunnel full of debris, including a piano. It was
Yeah,
just like
there's
very
some
much
boats.
clocking that there was a piano. It's a beautiful shot where they have boats and just everything is a wreck
Horrifying.
to see this like clean, pristine, empty tunnel to
With
now
this
just be like,
tiny baby just curled
and he's
up
just
in the
like
fetal
curled up,
position,
shaking, and then
knowing
he gets
he's
up.
lost now 2 guides.
Yep, he's
these
lost two
parental
father figures.
father figures who swore to protect him, and one having done so, while the other abandoned him.
Yep,
And
then
him just picking himself up and
picks up.
continuing the loop.
And he walks, and we see him go around the corner, and I think that was exit 7,
I think so.
right?
I think so. Hard to remember.
I
at this
believe it was
point.
exit 7 that all happened, so that he was then going. We don't see where the kid goes,
But I think
we
he's fine.
assume
Honestly, the adults kept
goes off, and then it comes back to the lost man who is alive
who is alive and still looping.
and still looping.
Because we said, well, the anomaly must have washed him backwards.
Yeah,
So he really just kind of kept
reset, right?
not reset because he turned back.
He
and
did the right
didn't
thing.
keep going down the tunnel. So technically, the flood helped him.
I don't think it's much longer that he then
No, he gets to the exit.
he gets to the exit. He makes it out, and he's back And
'Cause-
he's
oh,
does
yes.
he calls her, right?
He gets out and he starts noticing, he gets to a stair that is accurate.
Yes.
And he starts leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he goes down rather than up.
Yes.
And then he starts seeing normal commuters
Mm-hmm.
entering and sort of not being on that loopingness. And he's now on a train or a subway platform. And he kind of starts looping the beginning of the movie.
So that's the
at
thing.
that
He's
point.
suddenly at the beginning of the movie. And also, I will mention that he did have a conversation with his ex
Yes, he
about
calls
like,
and
there
says,
was this
"I'm on my way."
woman on the train. I didn't do anything about it. And I
Right.
feel like, how can I be a good dad if I didn't protect this baby or anything like that? And
Right.
da. So he confessed that to her, calls her and talks to her. He's like, I'm on my way. I'll be there. So he gets on the train again. Basically, it's the beginning of the movie again. So the movie kind of loops in on itself. We hear the baby crying. The man yells. And we're just staying on his face with the music playing. Music keeps going and he's sitting there and you see him making a decision and then
And like looking at his reflection,
Looking at his
which we know
reflection.
one of the anomalies when he looked
That's right.
in the dark door, he watched himself on the train and sort of got
Not
to
doing
not
anything.
doing anything.
yeah.
So we kind of get a moment of maybe he's looking up and seeing himself looking through the door. We
Mm-hmm.
don't really know, but he is acknowledging himself in the reflection for quite a while, and we get to watch him sort of make a decision whether or not he's going to do anything.
And it is a
time.
long time and I am sitting
Yes.
there like, you son of a bitch, do this. You've learned. You're better
Do
than
it.
do it. And you're just like, and then he just turns and goes
Bucks
right
up
out of
and
frame. End of
End
movie.
of movie, and he kind of makes a new choice.
He makes a new choice, which, if you know, there is a sequel game to
Oh
this called Platform 8, where you are on a subway train.
no!
And there's anomalies that you more interact with.
We
Have you
should've done
guys
that.
played this?
We have not
No,
played that. No,
I
didn't
was
know.
going to
did.
save it.
I played it this morning.
You
How
did?
was it?
Oh, how's Platform 8?
It's good. It's interesting. It's like in the conversation that we're having where we're like, oh, you don't really interact with the horror much if you like just don't go near the anomalies if you solve it. This is designed much more to require you to interact or see more of the scary stuff.
Fun.
I think I like Exit 8 more, but Platform 8 feels like more of a puzzle game. Platform
okay.
8 feels like more of a horror walking simulator.
Fun. So
okay.
maybe the movie kind of intentionally melded the two and had them
I think so.
interact with the anomalies more, which, obviously is more entertaining for a movie-going experience.
I
anyway.
mean, oh, yeah, we made it through this movie.
Yes,
and
we
now
did.
it's theory time.
Now it's theory time.
It's theory time on what the hell we just watched.
What do you think is going on, Ben?
Ben,
Oh.
from
We
our
have
from our
from-
descriptions
yes.
of here,
Okay.
what do you think out of anything before we get into our
I mean,
stuff?
I'm getting the sense that the loop is kind of like a bubble out of time.
Okay.
I'm wondering, because I know that you said like the walking man says he also didn't know his dad. So I'm wondering if, or the lost man says he also didn't know his dad. I'm wondering if the
Yes,
walking
yeah.
man is his dad. So it's just like an ongoing list of just the men in this family. I'm wondering if it's like kind of like specific versions of themselves, the versions of them that are abandoned. Because like obviously if the idea is that it loops back to at the end and he might meet his son, is this son the version that didn't meet his dad and now at the end he's becoming the version who doesn't lead to that son?
Okay.
So there's
That's
that
fun.
theory.
Yeah. This is good for this man who hasn't watched it. He's just been listening to us
Yeah,
prattle on.
Truly.
You explained
That's
a
why
lot.
I've been laying the seeds.
Yeah, but real good, Gina. Real good.
Thank
Plant
you.
them seeds.
That's my main theory.
Okay.
I feel like
Yes.
it seems like what you're saying of like he's able to make a new decision. It seems like this is like a time thing. Like you are not just like stuck somewhere. It is like time itself is kind of like frozen, and maybe you're being popped out at the beginning of where you were, which is obviously what we saw anyway. So that's not much of a
Yes.
theory. I want to know what you guys think, as someone who actually
Yeah,
watched
who
this
actually
movie and thought about
watched things.
Yes.
You're over here just like ready to.
Well, it was so fun because as soon as we got out, we got in the car and we were just like, I think even before that, I leaned over and I was like, I liked it so much. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean? They added so much more. Why were they on a beach? Is that his son? Was that a father? Was this all for him? No, it can't be because of the high school girl. What does the high school girl mean to the walking man? And just like all of these, because then she also is talking about how her looping man is an old man.
Yeah.
But we never see him. And what happened to is this man only part of the loop now because he went upstairs? Because that technically happened before the boy came to our lost man. So many code words for these people.
I've lost track of what's happening.
I know. There's so much going on. But I think our main theory that we kind of maybe agreed with is that the loop is sort of a forced, potentially real world sort of pocket dimension that is happening, but also sort of more of the metaphor of being in the middle of a deeply uncomfortable decision where you're constantly going back through all of the details, trying to think of possible wrongs that you could make or someone else could make, and then having to sort of reassess that decision and the purgatory liminal space of being in between a sort of very life-changing decision.
Yep.
We see it with our lost man. He knows he's about to make a decision on whether to become a father. We know the little boy sort of got stuck there as he was making his decision to run away from his mom and choose to, become a runaway. We see it as, the lost man. We kind of had a theory about that.
Oh, the lost man. Yeah.
Once we were on this, it's everyone in the middle of a decision. What was his decision?
Yeah.
We believe.
So the exit that he takes, that he sees. So when he sees the high school girl for a minute, she's talking about isn't your life hell? Isn't this repetition? Aren't you in hell, right? Everything. And then he said some kind of line like,
I was supposed to see my son today.
Well, there was another one you said.
Oh, that he was like, why are you using my voice?
Why are you using my voice? I think he said something like, that this tormented. Is his internal, he's being tormented by, he hates his dead-end job, he hates his life, everything like that. And then the stairs
appear for him once he's realizing
that. And that is him.
Like sensitivity warning.
Yeah.
We believe that is
him
ending his life.
Yeah, taking the easy way out of this simulation was potentially him ending his life. So that's maybe why. And I do believe that is why he's father. I think that is the lost man's father. In this
permanent purgatory. Exactly. And we think that's the day he was supposed to meet our lost man and go and meet his son was the day he sort of didn't make it out of the subway.
Yeah, and so you do take it as more of a literal.
This is all completely.
This is all just our thoughts.
Us putting meaning and stitching things together to make it more fun and fun for us. But
which I haven't had that experience in a movie in such a long time of just talking about theories afterwards and being like, oh, this could have been this. So for me, I say I don't think that it's an actual place.
You think it's all in the
I think this is all in his head. I think everything about this was just, we are seeing the personification of his process of, this is my thing. I'm lost in my thoughts. I'm going through and doing all this, because we do see on his phone all the stuff beforehand that becomes in it. It's him scrolling through these things that then become anomalies. And it feels very labyrinth. In that way of we see Sir Didymus stuffed animal, and we see
of course
the Fireys and Hoggle statues and Alice
and the rats with ears. We're basically
here's everything that you're about to see in this world,
right
here.
But his specific purgatory,
this is his purgatory of decision. The only way to get out is to make a decision, whether that is the right or wrong decision.
Correct.
Is there an anomaly? Is there not? You have to make a decision.
Are you resetting?
And eventually,
and it doesn't matter. You have to keep going.
Pay attention and you will work through this. And if you are doomed to repeat the same thing over and over and over again, you're never going to move forward as a person, as a father, as any of these things.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's so many layers to it. And I loved how much story they infused into this. And again, there's 5 actors, the main cast of it. Simple, small set. This is how you adapt.
Yeah.
A
very
video game
little
and
dialogue, except dialogue that is reminiscent of how you played, and enough to give you story to kind of go and make your own theory.
Yeah, you can interpret it how you want. This might be a real space. There might be a thing that appears when someone needs to make a decision. It could be a helpful thing that helps people through stuff. And if you fail the test, then you become part of it forever, like the Walking Man.
Yes.
And I will say I did see that there is a deleted scene that they cut out before they actually premiered it because they thought it was too scary.
Another fact.
Here's another fun fact from Zorn. So the Lost Man's walking around, because we didn't really do much with the photo booth. Nothing really happens with the photo
no,
booth
and
in
we
there.
were waiting for it because they
And I was like,
interacted with it a lot.
I get the baby thing they added with the baby locker, creepy, scary.
Creepy, yeah.
Didn't really need the added stuff, but the
No.
photo booth, he goes and he actually looks and it starts printing out photos, and it's his
Cool.
face, but more come out, and eventually his face becomes the walking man. So it's him turning into being like, this is potentially your future. As
Oh,
you
well, then
can-
that cuts it. All of the theory that he's the walking, or that he's the
Well, it's
the
him
lost
becoming his
man's-
father. I think it still works for the theory that it's him becoming his father who gave up and was scared to be a dad who was this,
yeah, it
being
could
like,
be
your future is
either.
either you could be your dad who was never there for you, who, you know,
Yeah,
wasn't there,
who didn't.
or you can be your own man.
Ooh.
But they took that out, saying that they didn't want the lost man facing the dreary reality of his repetitive life, and said that was scarier than the supernatural stuff in the movie. It's
so
just like just the
funny.
dealing with like, yep, life is a repetition. You keep going over and over.
I mean, that was the thing that I noted from what Gina was saying too, when you're talking about like the rats and like watching the videos. I'm like,
the
the
loop
looping
of-
videos,
yeah.
like, and I know what
Mhm.
you're saying, Zorn, of like, oh, it's all in his head because it's these things that he's seeing. But it sounds like I personally, again, having not seen it,
Yeah.
my interpretation is like, it doesn't matter if it's real or not.
Yeah, it
No,
But-
it doesn't.
really
I
doesn't.
I like the idea
Sure.
that this is just, we get to see his thought process. It's the only time I will give being able
As
to
he
see
sort
a
of
dream
aimlessly walks
or
It's all in
anything
his
like
head.
that. If it's a dream, this is the best dream movie ever.
I don't think it's a dream.
Yeah, just like,
I think he is either
It's an
in
actual-
his
yeah.
mind space.
not a
Mind
dream, but I'm just
palace,
saying
if
we're
you
inside
will.
someone's head that technically nothing really happened. Usually in a dream movie, it's like, well, none of that happened. It was a dream, and then we wake
Right.
up. Whereas this is like, technically none of this happened, but we see the outcome of him becoming a better person
Right.
in this, like, this thing. I don't know.
Do you remember if he had a backpack on when he enters the subway?
What? This is what you're asking me?
Well, because if he doesn't have a backpack
he
on,
doesn't
because
because he got rid of his
space.
backpack. Like, oh, you're right. I gotta look. I gotta
Unless
go back
he,
and look.
while
If the
is
if
thinking,
there's,
he's just still panicked and threw it off, and it's just somewhere in a subway station.
I think he just panicked and threw it away, and then he just doesn't have it anymore, and now he's restarting his life again after making this decision. I don't know.
Listeners who've seen Exit 8 or who will see Exit 8, comment and let us know if Zorn's right or if Zorn's wrong.
It's what's great. There is no right or wrong with this. It's bits and pieces, and it's what you feel in
Yeah.
there. And I like that interpretation of it.
Yeah.
I also like it's the only time that I will like being inside someone's mind, because I hate dream movies. Any kind of dream thing in movies
Mm-hmm.
make me very angry. Aside from Nightmare on Elm Street, because those are fun and it's just murder
Right.
and dream. But anything that just goes, oh, it was all in his head the whole time, like angry.
Yeah.
So we like to then wrap up episodes with a couple questions. One, we like to ask, in this thing that we just talked about, who should kiss?
Oh, who should kiss?
Who should kiss?
That seems dangerous given the characters' potential relationships and also
I have
ages.
my answer.
I mean, I think I have my answer. We're not going to do anything really weird on this one. It could be different for every episode. I mean, and things like that. Oh, what did you
I think the bologna sandwiches inside of Gerald Bernard's suitcase should kiss.
Oh, we're going to make the bologna.
I'm making Zorn eat bologna sandwiches.
Okay, so
'cause
here's the
whole
thing.
time we played, neither of us have eaten a bologna sandwich since we were children.
No, I remember hating bologna as a
They've
child.
got a smell.
So Gina just made some bologna sandwiches.
I did.
Straight from Bernard Gerald's
With
suitcase.
the full Wonder Bread.
So this is who should kiss here. I
This
should
is
kiss
who
a
should
sandwich.
kiss.
I should kiss a bologna sandwich. So let's see how this goes. What'd you put on this?
I like it.
I can hear the chewing.
I'm
through
so
these.
sorry, everyone.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We'll stop.
we'll just overlay a different sound effect instead of the chewing sound.
I want to say butterflies, but they don't make a sound. Oh, put the Bolero song if we can.
If it's copyright free.
I'll mime
Oh
chewing.
man, I like it.
That's not bad. That's a large hot dog slice.
It is.
That's
is
it.
Just
It's just a
little
hot dog. It's a big old hot dog slice.
I would eat
All
that
right.
again.
Mwah.
I'm
I
glad
kiss.
I-
Who should kiss? The sandwich. should
The
kiss.
sandwich.
Mwah.
Mwah.
We love you. And then the other thing we like to ask is, what you playing? Could be horror, could be nothing. What are you currently playing?
Ooh. Right now, Pokopia.
Pokopia?
Yeah, still on that train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the Sky Island right now, loving it. Although everything's made of trash.
I started it, and I really hope, is there a point at which you can spray water more than just an X?
If there is, I haven't hit it
Oh,
yet.
I hate how
Um,
long it takes to water everything.
You just get the rain dolls and
Oh, well, of course
and
there's
then
rain
have
dolls.
it rain over the whole island, and then you don't have to worry about it.
All right. Well, I am also playing stupidly. This is so stupid. My slight addiction right now is Droid Tycoon in Fortnite.
That? Oh,
it is a
yes, right,
Star Wars
Fortnite.
mode they added to Fortnite. They added Ahsoka, so 100% I got my Ahsoka skin. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Fortnite right now. I haven't been playing the main game, but
Sure.
Droid Tycoon scratches that itch of me wanting to build and make my droid factory better and get all the monies and I like it. And I played it a little bit with Phoenix, and he was picking out what droids we should make and giving them little names and put hats on them. There's a
Cute.
hat that's called the Filoni, which is after Dave Filoni. I'm just like, oh, that's brilliant. That's a really good little cowboy hat.
And
Dave
it
Filoni.
rhymes with baloney.
It does. It all comes full circle.
Like a loop
to
in
this.
a liminal space.
And so now we will finally end our episode.
Beautiful.
Before we end, can I ask you guys a final question?
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
No.
Ben.
I know we touched on this a little bit, but like since we are a games podcast, and this is like we talked a lot about the movie, but like as an adaptation of the game, what are your final thoughts about how this does things differently, how it like adapts it?
That's a great question.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think it
It's
does
good.
it in a great
No,
way.
it's
Considering the lack of lore or story in the original and just the fun feeling of it, I feel like the movie captures the feeling of it.
and honors the game perfect.
Beautifully.
Like it is a perfect recreation. So you are in the game, and there's you have that nostalgia member berries of when you played the game, and
The main character really feels like the player.
yeah, it feels like the player.
repeating-
He's doing the same things that you did as a game player, but added this extra layer that I had no idea would be even a thing, that is emotionally such a sweet
Yeah.
core and plays with the things that weren't in the game
Yeah.
and adds new layers. So you're not just watching the same thing. Because usually a game adaptation, I'll watch a thing like Uncharted, and it's just like, I'm just watching that cutscene again,
Right.
but in live action, even though it's not live action because it's all CGI anyway.
Sure.
So I'm like, it's not as effective, whereas it was super effective because that was a game mimicking a movie
Yes.
that I'm in control of. So I'm like, I'm in a movie, so I'm excited about it. And now I'm
Yeah.
just watching the movie of the game that was based on a
Yeah.
movie that
and,
it's that.
and getting to see the movie protagonist interact with and some of the same anomalies that you encounter, knowing he's going to encounter them differently and interact, which was a lot of fun for me to get to like smack your arm every time we saw an anomaly that we had gotten to encounter, and watch the lost man go up and look in the room that just opened. And I felt like it really, really helped you feel like the movie really loved the game.
Yeah, it was done with a lot of love and a small amount of people. Just like the game itself. The game was made by a few passionate people, and the movie itself feels like it was made by a few very passionate people. So it's one of the better video game adaptions that I have
Yeah.
I have gotten to see. So
Yeah.
looking
I
forward
give it
to
5
more.
bologna sandwiches.
Do you think that's partly because this is such a small game where it's like, so when you adapt so many games to movies, you are taking a story that is fundamentally longer and then like having to cut things out and having to condense it so thoroughly. Whereas this is
Yeah.
something where
Yeah.
it's like, it is so short in and of itself. It's more a concept than anything.
Yeah.
So you are able to add instead of having to subtract.
Yeah. It felt like getting to make a full length film based on a very spooky, information light short story,
Mhm.
and
But-
add what you interpreted, what
Yeah.
that short story came from, where that character was from, why the walking man is there,
Mhm.
and just get to build lore backwards rather
That's fair.
than
Yeah, you're
cut
basically
it
have a
and
fairly.
remove.
It's like a game I used to play with my mom where she would just draw a line on a piece of paper, and then I would have to create a person or a shape or something out
Yeah.
of that line. And so they're like, okay, the game is that line. Now complete it and make it a full
picture.
So I think they did a really good job with
Yeah,
that.
I like their interpretation.
Yeah, and they weren't beholden to the lore and things like, the Mario Brothers Galaxy movie that is more Easter egg than movie or anything.
Yeah.
And that's all
Versus
there to
Super
just like,
Mario
there's so
Bros,
much stuff
which is
that
very
people
different.
want everything. And it's very different than this kind of movie. And I'm not saying it's bad or whatever it is. I'm just saying that it has history of years and we're trying to cram 1,000 things into this thing that nothing really gets as much justice and doesn't have the same
Yeah,
level
it
of
didn't
heart
have that
and
like,
everything.
look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a reference.
Mhm.
It didn't. If I hadn't known that there was a video game attached to this,
Even the
I would
movie
have
just on
assumed
its own without the video game, you would love it. But the video game playing it beforehand
Way
adds
better.
a whole other level. Makes
Gives
it a
you the
much more
giggles.
enjoyable thing. Great question, Ben. Thank you for
Thank
keeping
you.
us on
I've
top of that.
I've had this argument for a while where I'm using the end of this podcast to let myself speak.
I see that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I've had this argument for a while where like I feel like there's this ongoing feeling now of like, oh, video game adaptations are good now. But I think TV adaptations are good now. Like The Last of Us is like debatably a good adaptation.
Yes.
Fallout's a good adaptation.
Yep.
But when you look at movies, I feel like we're still kind of in this space where it's like, yeah, the Sonic movie's okay. People enjoy that. The Mario movie like has its fans. People enjoy that. But overall,
Right.
movie adaptations are still kind of very hard to do for a video game. So it sounds to me
I
like
think you nailed
Yeah.
the reason, because you're taking a 60 to 80 hour game and
Mhm.
turning it
Yep.
into an hour and a half to 2 hour movie, whereas this is a hour and a half playable game.
yeah,
That's
and it's
basically
an
hour and a half movie.
it's
Unless you're
is
45 minutes like Ben.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's where all the extras get
Yeah.
to come in and the story.
they had to base it off of my playthrough.
They did.
They
We
watched
took
yours
too
and they're
long.
like, we don't have
Ours
what to
didn't
do
get
with
any
this.
backstory, except we gave it a lot of backstory.
We did give it a lot of backstory, including bologna sandwiches. But yeah, that's going to wrap up another episode of What We Play in the Shadows. And so we end the episode by working my way through my key TSD. Gina, would you like to
Beautiful. I would love
throw
to.
away the key for this episode?
Yes, I would. And goodbye, Key.
And another episode has been unlocked.